Okay, sorry guys, my phone just kind of stopped my video. I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. I haven't had technical difficulties like this before. So let me see. Let me wait for others to realize that other one broke down and stopped. Hi, Christina. My phone accidentally shut off the live, so I don't know what happened there. It's never happened to me before. I'm going to wait a little bit longer to let the others log in to this one. I don't know what happened. It just automatically stopped. Hi, Donna. Sorry, I had technical difficulties. I don't know why it shut off on me. It didn't do that the other night, so I don't know what happened. I know it wasn't the 2-hour limit. Okay, since everybody is starting to switch over to this one, since the other one stopped. Hi, Sherry. So I'm making these ear extenders to help with those pesky masks that we have to wear. It hurts the ears. I don't know if you guys have had the same issue, but a lot of people I've talked to said that they don't like wearing them because they hurt the ears. So I've been crocheting these, and if you want one, just let me know. I'm not charging for them. I don't feel right benefiting from it. I already have the yarn. I have these stacked in a little baggie, and then I just add buttons to them so they're easy access. Whenever I have like a free night where I'm not doing a whole lot and I feel, oh, I'm just going to start crocheting, I'll crochet a mess of these and stick them in a bag. And then when somebody says, oh, you know, these masks have really been hurting, I'll sew on buttons and say, come back to the Vision Center tomorrow or when you have a minute, and I'll have some in my drawer and just come and pick it up because they're lifesavers, I'm telling you. But if you have a bigger head, like my husband, he needed a longer one. Now for me, this would be pointless because it's way too long and the mask would just fall right off of me. But it works great for him. He hasn't been really needing to wear one where he works at. They just started back up, so I'm sure he'll be taking this one. But this seems to be the perfect size for like the young kids, unless they're like infant or not infant, but 3 years old. Hi, Danny. Yeah, I don't know why it messed up. It just booted me off. So maybe it didn't want to know what I was doing. I wasn't near any buttons, so it wasn't operator error that I know of. I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad we're back, and I'm glad you guys have all found a way to find me again. So I just have several of these made up. This one I made up just a little bit ago, and I wrote the pattern down because I didn't have it written down yet. So I wrote it all down. And what I do with those patterns, especially ones that I just make up, I have this trusty little, I think it was a photo album that I just found at Walmart, and then I had these little divider sleeves for the pages, and then I just labeled it. And then I just take an empty, I might have to buy more, an empty sleeve, and then I put it in that sleeve so it's protected, because I can get clumsy, or if I spill glue or something, it's protected. So it's in there and then it's latched. So it's a pretty slick idea for me. I put this in the wrong spot though, so I'm moving it so I don't forget later. And I will just stick it up here. I had to create a new one. I didn't know how to get back into that old one. I'm old and I'm not tech savvy, so I just started fresh. It worked better that way. So when you guys craft, do you guys have like little books that you keep all of your stuff in, like your patterns? Hi Robin, glad you found us again. I don't know what happened. Had technical difficulties and it just booted me off. So, oops. I'll fix that one later. So I just have my nice little book. I'll keep this open. I won't forget how to do it, but I'll have it there just in case I need it. Alright, next I will show you the hooks. They can be pretty intimidating at first because they have all different kinds. Like I found these at the Dollar Tree. It just has the numbers. And a lot of times on a pattern, it'll say G, H, J hook. This doesn't tell you what those are. So I try to find some in the same area, if they have some, that have the numbers and everything on it. Like this one says G. Oh, it's not gonna, yeah, it's G and it's 4.25 millimeters. And that's the hook size I'm going to use tonight. But an H hook would work too. That's a 5 millimeter. That's this one here from the Dollar Tree. So if you're just starting out, this one would work just fine. But you would want the green one. And then they also have some that have, I don't know if you can see that. See how that's angled up there? And then they have some that are more round. They have special names for these, but I don't know what it is. I find the ones that do not have this angle kind of works a little bit better for me. And they also have like the cheaper hooks that are just like this that don't have the handles. I kind of like the grippy handle. It's better on my hands. But anything, whatever works. Everyone's different. Everyone holds their hooks a little bit differently. I know some people who hold their hooks like this. I do not. I hold mine like going to town. I mean business. And so I just hold mine with my fist. But I encourage you to try it. Even if you get frustrated and you give up, at least you've tried it. And with these extenders, for the buttons afterwards, you can use just a regular button. But I made some for the grandkids, and I thought, that's kind of a little boring. So I thought, what about fun ones? Like, for Echo, I did the blue with kitty cats. And then for Maddox, I did dragons. But I mean, there's all different kinds. I found these really cute buttons. Any button will work as long as your your piece will fit around that button, you're golden. And I will show you how to sew on the buttons too. Some people don't know how to do that. And then when it's all complete, you'll need the needle in order to sew in the ends. So what all you need for this project is 2 buttons, your yarn. I end up using the cotton yarn. It just seems to be a little bit more soft. So I use the Peaches and Cream. Any color works. And then you'll need a pair of scissors. You'll need a regular needle and some thread. That's to sew on the buttons. And then this one, that's just easier to put the yarn through to tuck in your ends. You can use the crochet hook, but some people say that's a little hard for them. So the big chunky needle works good for that. So, are you guys ready? And let me know, are any of you guys going to be crocheting along as I go? Do you want me to go really, really slow? And I'm going to try to get a little bit closer to my phone, just so you can see my hands work. So you're going to start out with a slip knot. And all you do is you go around your finger to where it kind of crosses like that. You guys see it? And then this piece here, you're just going to put that through that piece that was around your finger. Did you guys catch it, or do you want me to do that again? And I always say crocheting is so easy, because if you don't like how it's turning out, you just pull, and then it just takes it all away. So all I did was go around my finger, and this is over the long string there. Then you're going to just pinch it, and you're going to take this and put that through that loop. Then you'll put your hook through it. Then you just tighten it up. You don't want it too tight, otherwise you'll have a hard time later on. But you don't want it really loose. Like this here. That works out really good. Sometimes I go a little bit closer. I find that I crochet a little bit more tight than other people. But it just goes with practice. The more you do it, the better consistency that you'll get in your crochet. So this pattern, I almost said recipe, isn't that funny? With this pattern, it's pretty much just a single crochet. And then I'll also use the terms chain and slip stitch. So I will explain those as I go. So right now, all we're going to do is we are going to chain 16. So you have this on your hook, and you're going to wrap around so it comes back over. They kind of call that yarning over. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull that with the hook part through that first hole. Do you see that? So that would be your first chain. And we're going to do 16 of those. So I will show you again. You just wrap around to where it lays over top. And I pinch what I've already done with my thumb and pointer. And then the rest of the long strand that I'm working with, I just grab that with these 3 fingers. So my pointer is underneath that, and I'm grabbing this with these fingers, and I grab what I've already done there. And that way, this gives this hand a little bit of wiggle room, and it's freed. So then you're going to take that hook you've already yarned over, and you're going to pull that. You're going to grab that yarn with that hook and pull it through that loop. So then now we have 2 chains. Then you're going to wrap over and pull through again. So see, I've got 3. Is it showing them? That's a little bit better. So do you see the little, I'm going to twist this a little bit so you can see it better against the thing there. Do you see the little V? That's going to come in handy later. You're going to be looking for those V's. So right now I have 3 chains. So I'm going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains, or V's, however you want to word it. If you're looking in a book, it's going to say chains. So I'm going to keep doing this. Let me know if I'm going too fast for you. But we need 16 of those. I kind of say this is the hardest part, because if you're counting and somebody comes over, like a little kid, Mom, 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 or Nana, Nana, you lose count. So then you have to recount over and over and over. So that's the roughest part of the whole pattern, is when you're counting. Try, if you have to count, try to make it to where you're not going to get disturbed. Like, do it after the kids are in bed. Or if they're going to do it, have them count with you. That way they're on the same page and they're actually helping you out. As long as they're keeping up with you and not skipping ahead, because then you'll lose count again anyway. I speak from experience on that. So I've got 12 so far. So this is 13, 14, 15. So I have 16. Are you guys okay for me to go? This is what they call the first round, or the first row. That's the first, I call it the first step. And so that's what it should look like. If you are doing a really loose one, it might look a little bit different. I tend to crochet a little bit, a little tight. This is what the back side looks like. There's like little bumps. Is that gonna show? It might not. But the front side always shows those little V's. So for the next step, you don't count the chain or the loop that is on your hook. And you do not count, I'm going to take my hook out for a minute. You do not count where that is coming up. So see, if when I say the second chain from the hook, this is your first chain because you don't want to go in that one. You're gonna want to go in that next V. And I'm gonna do 2 single crochet in that second chain from your hook. All that you're gonna do, I keep wanting to go over here. You're not gonna see. So I'm gonna try to go to this side again. So I'm gonna go in just one side. Let me show you. So I just went in one side of that V. And then I'm gonna lay the yarn over my hook. And I'm gonna pull that through just that part from the V. So then I have 2 loops on my hook. Then you're going to yarn back over and pull that through both of them. That is 1 single crochet. So you want 2 in that first spot. So I'm going to go right back in that same hole. Grab that yarn and just go through that hole. Then I'm going to yarn over again and pull through both. So then I have 2 crochets in that first spot. Are any of you guys writing the pattern down? So first you'll chain 16 and then 2 single crochets in the second chain from your hook. That's what I just did. Then you're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 13. So this is the one I was just at. So I'm going to go in this one next. And you just pull it through. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through both. Then you're going to go into the next one. Pull that yarn through. Then you'll yarn over and pull through both. And if you're following along with me, you're crocheting. You're doing a single crochet, and I'm proud of you. If you're doing it and it's not working out, I'm still proud of you for trying. And don't give up, because you'll get it. It comes with practice. So you'll just go through that V, pull through just that part, then you'll yarn over and pull through both. Go in the next one, pull that yarn through, yarn over, go through both. And see how that's looking? That's going to be the center part. That is this part right here that I'm working on, the center part. When I get to the end, when I get to the very end of this, I'm going to flip it over and work on the underside. So it's just like I'm doing an oval, a very long oval. So you're going to go in the next one, pull that yarn through, yarn over, pull through both. Are you guys listening and keeping up? I noticed the comments stopped, or are you just watching? You'll go in that next one. You'll pull that yarn through. So there's 2 on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both. And you just keep doing that until you have one. You'll end up with 1 spot left. That one you're going to do something different in there. So yarn or stick the hook through there, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to get to the end here, to where I'm done with that 13. And I've gotten to where I know this pattern so well, I can do several of them in a night, so it goes pretty quick for me. I don't normally stop in the middle, so, but I know the pattern well enough, thank goodness. Okay, so I have that one spot left. I'm going to do 3 single crochets in that. So I'm going to put the hook in there, pull that yarn through, yarn over, go through both. That's 1 single crochet. Going to go right back into that same hole. Pull that yarn through, yarn over, pull through both. And the whole time, this hand is holding on to my project. These 3 fingers, those 3 fingers, they're holding my extra yarn. Then I'm going back in, pulling through, yarning over, pull through both. Now this is our tail that we first started with. I'm just going to cover that up as I work. That way I don't have to tuck that one in too. You can snip it off after a while and it'll stay put because it's inside the middle. I guess you can say I'm a little lazy and I don't want to have to cut it. I'm just going to work through it. So with this one, you're going to work on the underside. This is the one side and how that turned out. Now I'm going to flip it over and work up here. And sometimes it's a little hard to see where you need to put the hook next because it doesn't have that V like it did at the beginning. I'm going to show you if it'll let me. It just looks like it's wrapped. So this is the hole that we're in. If you give it a little tug, do you see all these little holes? So the next one I'm going to go right in there, and then there's another one, and then there's another one, and another one, and so I'm going to work on that side. Oopsie. I'm grabbing the wrong one. Hi, Bailey. So I'm going to insert the hook. On this side here, you are going to do 1 single crochet in each spot. If I remember right, it was it's 1 all the way to the end. Yep. Just 1 all the way to the end. So you'll insert it, grab that yarn, pull it through. You'll have 2 loops on your hook. You'll yarn over. Oopsie. And then you're going to pull through both. Bailey, I am making the ear extenders for the face masks. So it'll go on the back of your neck, and instead of hooking your mask to your ears, you hook them to the buttons on the ear extender. Okay, so I'm just single crochet all the way to the end. And remember, I had 3 in this last one when I started in 2 at the beginning. That's going to be your ending point, and that's why you're only going to have 1, because that 1 plus the 2 that you started out with, that'll be the 3 on this corner. Is everyone following along okay? Do I need to slow down? Am I explaining it okay? For the single crochet, all that you do is you insert your hook into that next hole or stitch. You'll pull that yarn through with your hook to where there's 2 loops on your hook. You'll yarn over and pull through both. I find this very relaxing. I love to crochet. Some of the hardest parts, though, are reading certain patterns. Sometimes they have, it looks like chicken scratches, like they just stuck a chicken's foot in ink and then just let them walk all over the page. I have a hard time reading those. But if they have them written out to where it's like CH equals chain or SC equals single crochet, if they have it written down, I can do pretty good. Okay, so I've gotten to the end, to that last stitch. Bailey, I would love to show you sometime. So then I'm going to do what they call a slip stitch. So all you're going to do is connect where you left off at your beginning. So that very first single crochet, I don't know if you can see it. It's got that V. Do you see the V? I'm going to put my hook under both of those pieces of string. So that V is on my hook. Then I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to pull through everything. And that connected my ends to the beginning. So that is a slip stitch. And then I'm going to chain 1. And in order to chain 1, you're just going to yarn over and pull that through, just like you did at the very beginning. You'll just yarn over, pull through. So I only need 1 since it's single crochet. If I was doing a double crochet, I would chain 2 to make that a little bit longer so you don't lose the depth of your stitch. So this is what that first part looks like. And I mean, you could leave it like this if you wanted. I just like having that second row because it gives it a little bit more length and it's a little bit more sturdy, a little bit more durable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 single crochet right in that stitch where I slip stitched. So I'm going to put that hook through that hole right there at the beginning. I'm going to pull the yarn just through that so I have 2 loops on my hook. Then I'm going to yarn over, pull through both. You're done with that single crochet. The next one, you're going to do 2 single crochets because you're wanting to go around that curve. If you only did 1 in there, it would curl up, almost like you'd end up with a boat. But since you're going around that curve, you'll put 2 in that second spot, just so it gives it more room for that turn. So you're gonna go under that V. You're gonna pull that yarn through, so there's 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through both. Then you're gonna go in that same hole. Yarn over, pull that through. 2 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through both. So see how that's gonna make a nice turn there? Okay, Bailey, I'll make you girls some, okay? So after you had 1 to start out, and then 2, now you're gonna do 1 single crochet. Let's see. You're gonna do 1 single crochet in the next 13 spots, okay? So then you're gonna put your hook in there. See how I went through there? And I always keep this in front of my hook. You're gonna pull that through, just that 1. Yarn over, pull through. And we're gonna do that for 13. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So once you reach that spot, you're at that rounded edge again. So this next one, you're going to put 2 in there. So you'll insert your hook, pull that yarn through, yarn over, pull through both loops. Then you're going to go back in, pull that yarn through, just the 1, yarn over, pull through both. So then that's going to create that curve. The next one, you're only going to do 1. So you'll insert it, pull it through, yarn over, pull through both. Then this next one, you're back at that curve again. The corners are the hardest part, but this is your last row. Once you're done with this row, you'll be adding buttons. So at this point, you'll go through, because this one you need 2. So you're going to pull that yarn through, so you have 2 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through both. Then you'll go back in. If your hook cooperates, sometimes it won't. And then you'll pull that yarn through. So there's 2 on the hook. Yarn over, pull through both. Then you're going to go 13 single crochets. So the next 13, you're only going to have 1. Am I still going at a decent pace for you guys, or did you want me to slow down? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. You just pull more when you need it. What was I on? 8? Yep. 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Now when you get to this point, a lot of people think that they have 2 spots left, and you don't. You only have 1, because your chain 1 came up through this spot here, so you don't count that one. So we only have 1 spot left, and we're going to put 2 single crochets in there. So you're going to insert your hook, and then keep the yarn on top of your hook there. You're going to pull that through, just that spot. Then you're going to yarn over and pull that through both. Then you're going to go back in, grab that yarn, go through just that spot, yarn over, pull through both. Donna, I am going to have it on the page, so you can always check back. I'm glad you had a chance to log on, though. Hi, Tisha. I am so glad that you guys are able to log on and watch these. I was doing some crochet classes at the library, but since all of this started, I haven't been able to do anything over there. And I've been working like crazy. But now, being able to do it on lives, it's endless. I can do whatever on here, and my comfort level is way better than what it was at the very beginning. I was so nervous. You'll probably get tired of hearing me say it, but oh my goodness, I am so addicted to these now. Now, since I did the last 2 in that spot, now I'm going to do that slip stitch again that I was talking about a little bit ago. So at the top of that first single crochet, you're going to see that. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I should have used a different color yarn. Do you see that V right there? That's at the top of my first single crochet. So I'm going to insert my hook there. See that V? And I'm going to pull the yarn through everything. And that connects the end with the beginning. And then all you're going to do is fasten off, because it's done, other than the buttons. That's all you have left to add is the buttons. So in order to stop, I'm going to yarn over and just hang on to it. Then I'm going to cut this. So I've yarned over, and I'm going to pull that through all the way. Then you snug it up, and there's your ear extender. And see this hole right here? That's where you did the 3. And then the hole over here, that's where you had 2 plus 1. So now I'm going to take the big needle that my yarn will fit through. You're welcome, guys. And then all that I'm going to do is, this is the front side. I don't know if you're able to tell. And then this is the back. It looks a little bit different. And I mean, you can choose to put your buttons on whatever side you're wanting. I choose the front side because it just looks a little bit more clean to me. But whatever works, it'll work either way. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put it through that V. So now I can just weave in this however I want. I can see, since I've been crocheting for a while, I know what the stitches look like. You can just put them in wherever you're wanting, but I go underneath the V of the single crochets. So I'm gonna go through a little bit of it, and I'm gonna, do you see where that is? Maybe I should have used a different color yarn. Sometimes the other color yarns don't look very good. So I'm just gonna pull it through. And then I'm gonna pull it through a little more down the side. So over here is where I stopped, and I've gone kind of around that. I tucked it under. Then I like to kind of lock it into place, because if you wash these, I normally hand wash them. I mean, you can put them in a lingerie bag and put them through the washer. They'll hold up just fine. But if you hand wash them, you can be just a little bit more gentle with them, and they won't unravel. But there's always that chance. So I call it the lock stitch. And right where that yarn comes out, I go over top of it, and then under the next one, up and over another one, and then under the next one. That way it's gone back up. So you had brought it all the way down, and now you're going back up. So after a few washes and it's working and working and working, it's got to go this way and then back this way in order to unravel. And a lot of times it won't do that. It just locks it into place. So then you can take your scissors and just snip off your extra. So there you go. And I'm just going to put some dark buttons. I'm going to use this. I'll probably use yellow thread. And I just get a nice amount. I'm not that well with sewing, but I make do. Tisha, I am making ear extenders for the masks. So it has these two buttons on there, one on each end, and it'll sit at the back of your neck. And the ear loops for your mask will hook onto those buttons. That way you don't have to hook them onto your ears. Where I work, you have to wear those masks all day long. Sometimes you have to wear them over top of another mask, an N95. So your ears tend to get really, really sore. And I thought, I can make those. I had seen some online, and it didn't have a pattern, but I thought, I can wing that. I've been crocheting it long enough. I can make them. So all that I did was I doubled my thread. I think it holds onto them just a little bit better. Then I place my button where I want it. And you kind of have to be careful for that first hole where you had the 3 single crochets. You can have it up a little bit higher if you want. But you're just going to go making sure that you're not going through that same hole. You're going to go through one of the buttonholes. and I leave it to where it sticks up slightly. And then I go diagonal. I go to the button diagonal from it, and I come through. And just to kind of lock it into place, I go through my thread where it's knotted. I go through that. That way it's kind of locked. And I say that a lot, but I lock that into place. That way it doesn't come back out. Tisha, what do you mean, how much? Are you thinking charging wise to charge for these? Where are you located? Because if you're wanting some, I will make you some. But I'm not charging. I flat out refuse to benefit from this because nobody asked to have to wear these masks. And so I am not going to benefit from that. And I have tons and tons of yarn. So Tisha, if you are wanting some, just send me a private message with like your address and stuff. Now, if you are near Mount Pleasant, Iowa, just let me know. If not, I will mail them to you. Now, I will say I cannot do like big, humongous orders, but I can do a few. And then see, after you've got that on there, I just went crisscross, diagonal. Once you've got that on there pretty good, I just go through a little bit. I go through a little bit of the back, and then I leave a little bit excess of the thread there, and then I go through it a couple times. And then all I do is just hide my thread. So I just put it through a little spot there. And I snip it. So one button is on, nice and snug. Is everyone still following along? Am I going too fast? Are you doing okay? When I'm done with this button, do you want me just to up and crochet one and not give any? Oh, Bailey, you know Tisha? Yep, I can make all of you girls some. Just let me know how many of you there are. I'll get some to you. Okay, so that's where I'm locking that in place there. Bailey, how many are you needing for everybody? How many of you are there? Sometimes it's kind of hard to get that needle through the thread. But you just keep going back and forth in that crisscross pattern. Okay, so Bailey, you only need 4. 1 for you, Kimmy, Tisha, and Cass. Alright, I will get those for you. Okay. So then all that I do is go through a little bit of that on the back again. And then I leave that little loop and then I just go through it again. And then lock that into place. And then just tuck it through. And there you go. Did you guys want me to work on one without explaining? Or was that good enough for ya? Oh my goodness, what colors do I got? Let's see, I've got pink, yellow, green, purple, blue. Pretty much every color of the rainbow. I've got quite a bit. I've got some that's green and white mixed. I've got brown and white. Oh, I've got a lot of colors. What colors do you guys like? That'll be an easier question. I've also got pink. I've got orange. I don't know if I have my yellow up here. The yellow might be downstairs. Bailey, what colors do you guys want? That's an easier question. Because I have pretty much any color. I have a lot of yarn. Are you guys bored yet? You want me to make another one? I can do one orange. I haven't done an orange one yet. Okay. Purple, red, blue, and orange. Okay, I'm working on orange right now. I've got all of those colors. Okay, so I've chained 16. Then I'm going to do 2 single crochet in the second chain from the hook. You insert, pull that yarn through to where there's 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through both. Go back in that same hole. Pull that yarn through. 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through both. Then you're going to do a single crochet in the next 13. So same thing. Donna, I am using a G hook, which is a 4.25 millimeter. You can also use an H hook. They get to be about the same size, depending on the if you crochet tightly, they stay pretty much about the same. It's just fractions difference if you use the H, but I use the G one. I use that for a lot of. G and H are the ones that I use the most. G, H, and J. Okay, so I'm doing the 13 single crochets. So you just insert your hook in that next one, pull that yarn through to where there's 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both. After that 13, you should only have 1 more chain left. You're welcome, Donna. Okay, so then there's 1 left. That one you will do 3. Insert your hook, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through both. You'll do that 3 times. And then you're going to work on the underside. And you're going to hide that little tassel or the starting point in the knot. Bailey, they'll probably be done by Tuesday or Wednesday, okay? Because I do have to work in the morning, so I don't know how late I'm going to stay up tonight. When they're done, Bailey, I will message you, and I'll have them at the Vision Center, okay? I work on Tuesday, and I work 10 to 7 all week. My next day off is on next Sunday, so I'll be working 6 days in a row. So after that 3, I'm just doing 1 single crochet on the underside all the way to the end. Now I have reached the end of this row. So now I'm going to do that slip stitch, and I'll show you what that is. That just completes it and puts the end to the beginning. So you'll find your little starting point, which it's right there. So see that V? I'm going to put my hook through there. Then I'm going to pull that yarn through everything. So that just completed that round. On next Sunday, yeah, I can hang on to them until next Sunday. And then I can get them to you. So then after you slip stitch, you're going to yarn over and do 1 chain. So I just chained 1. You're welcome, Bailey. Then I'm going to do 1 single crochet in that same spot. And then the next one you're going to do, and remember you'll put it underneath that V. Yeah, this one shows up a lot better. Do you see those V's? That's what I'm putting my hook under. Each V is one of my single crochets. So on this one, since that's the curve, I'm going to put 2 single crochets in that. So I'm going to pull that yarn through, so you have 2 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through both. Go back in that same spot. Pull that yarn through, so there's 2 on the hook. Yarn over, pull through both. On a lot of patterns, they will refer to that as an increase, and they won't say 2 single crochets. They'll just say increase, and so then you'll know it's 2 of them. If they say decrease, that one's a little bit more complicated, but this pattern's so easy. So now we're going to do 13 single crochets. Okay, we'll talk on Sunday. I don't need a scarf right now. I'm really hot lately. But thank you. I want to see what your scarves look like when they're done, though. Let me know. Okay, so then I got the 13 done. Now I've got to where I've got to do that rounded section. So I'm going to do 2 single crochets in this next one. So you insert the hook, pull your yarn through. So there's 2 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through both. Then you'll go in that same hole, pull that yarn through. So there's 2 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. Then in the next one, you're only going to do 1. And then in that next one, you're at that rounded spot again, so you're going to do 2. And then then you're going to go 13 again of single crochet, and then your very last one is going to have 2 in it. So I'm just going to keep going here. I think my next live that I do is going to be that witch form that I took the center part out. I think that's what I'm going to do next. And it'll probably be sometime this week. I know I work until 7, but I'll probably end up doing it sometime this week. I'll let you guys know. Okay, so now I've gotten to the end. So this last one is going to take 2. So I insert my hook, pull that yarn through, so there's 2 on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, put it in the same hole, pull that yarn through, so there's 2, yarn over, and pull through both. So then that one is pretty much done. All I got to do is do a slip stitch. So this is where I've stopped. And see how that looks like a little V right there? That is my chain 1 spot. So I'm going to go under this here. This one right there. That is my first single crochet. And I'm going to do that slip stitch. So I'm going to insert my hook. So see that V on there? I'm going to pull that yarn through everything. And then I'm going to yarn over, snip my yarn, so make sure that's yarned over, and I'm going to pull that through everything. And that just locks it into place. And then I will hide that. I will get out my big chunky needle and weave that through and hide the end. And then all I got to do is sew on buttons. This one here is Bailey's. And I've got more buttons. I also have a lighter color of buttons. Hi, Cass. So what are you guys thinking of this live so far? Did I do okay with it? Was everyone able to keep up?
Tell me we don't have...
And then this one's going to be Bailey's. Here's my purple.
Tell me we don't have to leave. Say we can stay forever. That we can always be just me and you together. 'Cause this moment is all that I want. Whoa.
Thanks, Cass. I'm glad you
Tell me
like
how it used to be and let me make it better. 'Cause baby, you and me will fly above the weather. Where we're going, there's no holding on. No.
And I think it's going to work a lot better for me. So now I'm probably not even going to need my little table lamp on at all times. I can just have it off. So I'm going to do this one next. It'll probably be next week, or this coming week. I'll let you guys know when I do that. I'll work on these, and I'll get them to you guys Sunday. Cass, you want a bright pink? I'll look and see what I got. I'm sure I've got one. I've got all the colors. Oh my goodness, I've got tons of yarn. I might have bright pink mixed. I'll have to look when I'm downstairs. I think it's pink and white. Alright guys, well I think I'm gonna log off. If you guys have any questions, just message me. If you want me to do a craft or anything, you want to learn how to do something, just let me know. Cass, I should have the pink, but if not, I'll do the purple for you. And Bailey, I look forward to your pictures of your scarves. I like your lives. You're doing great with them. Alright guys, well I think I'm going to be done. And I will probably talk to you guys later this week. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. Sorry about the technical difficulties at the beginning. So I will let you go, and I'm going to probably grab something to munch on before I go to bed, since I got to work in the morning. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a great night. Thanks again for watching. Bye. Oh, it might not let me stop it.